Okay, folks, it's the WC here with another video. NBA playoffs 2016 as the Houston Rockets will take on the Golden State Warriors. Now, I already know how you're thinking on this one. All right, James Harden is a very good player, but is he good enough to beat basically one of the greatest teams of all time? Maybe. Yeah. Looking at the Houston Rockets season, I mean, they get rid of Kevin McHale earlier on in the season. I'm like, uh-oh. Dwight Howard looks fat and slow. I'm like, uh-oh. Um, you know, you got James Harden. You don't know what you really can expect from him. I'm like, uh-oh. So, early on in the season, I'm looking at Houston. Like last year, they were second in the playoffs. And then this year, they come into this year, and it's like, uh-oh. But Bickerstaff has come in and really, righted the ship at least enough to the point where they can make the playoffs. Dwight Howard has kind of righted this game a little bit. Ariza, Pat Beverly has really evolved into a complete point guard. At first, he was just a shooter. So, Houston sneaks into the playoffs. I would have liked to seen Utah here a little bit more, but it is what it is. I think that Houston owned the tiebreaker. So here we go with Houston. But then you look at, the Golden State Warriors. Can I really say anything more about the Golden State Warriors that hasn't been said about the Golden State Warriors this season? So I'm just going to go ahead and skip over, the Golden State Warriors season in review. I did a video on that. 73 wins. I've already done that. I don't need to do that again in this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward to the matchup that everybody should be paying attention to in this series. All right. The one question that I was looking over that I just had to constantly ask myself when I was doing the breakdown of this series was, who is going to check Draymond Green? All right. Now, I think that that's going to be the most important matchup here is who is going to check Draymond Green? Is it going to be, you know, Josh Smith? Is it going to be Michael Beasley? I think it'll be a combination of both. So I'll say that the matchup that you guys need to watch is Draymond Green against Michael Beasley and Josh Smith of the Houston Rockets. The reason why I want to put a focus on those two is because you can't put Dwight Howard on Draymond Green. He'll eat him up. All right. Draymond Green is a 3-point shooter. He's one of the most versatile shooters. He's one of the most versatile players in the league. All right. Dwight will be tired by the time the second half begins. His legs will be gone trying to defend out on threes and jump shots. So you'll see that matchup as the key matchup that I think that everybody should look for in this series. It'll be one of the things that people should watch out for. All right. Now, as far as fantasy goes, all right, Curry's going to be on your radar for sure. He should be. James Harden is just about a must play because, I'm not saying that Houston can't score because they can, but, his usage is way too high for you not to play James Harden. The majority of his points is going to come from the free throw line. So that's basically where his points is going to come: the free throw line and 3-point shots. So if you're going to play anybody from this game, it should be those two guys. But of course, if you're doing if you need like a backup point guard or somebody that's lower priced, I really love Pat Beverly in this series. I think that he'll go a little bit low on the tournaments and all that good stuff. So you can load up on Pat Beverly. Harrison Barnes is a guy that you can play. Iguodala is a guy that you can play. Even Mo Space is a guy you can play in this series. This series, I'm expecting for there to be just about no defense being played in this series. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and forecast that. Now, I asked the question earlier, legit. Can Houston beat Golden State? I think that it's possible, especially if Dwight Howard shows up and he's the beast and the monster that I think that he could be. Because if you're telling me that Bogut is going to stop Dwight Howard, I don't think so. I mean, Bogut is a good defensive center, but I don't think that he has the athleticism to match up with him well. So, a lot of this just kind of depends on Dwight Howard when it comes to them winning this series, because we know what to expect from Harden. Harden is one of those guys that plays no defense. I'm going to tell you like this. Curry doesn't play defense. Harden doesn't play defense. There's a lot of players in this series that don't play defense. So the team that plays defense the longest is probably going to win it, and I'm going to have to give the edge to Golden State. I mean, they've come this far, so far, so far. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. I don't see them bowing out to Houston. Let me know how you guys feel about this first round series between the Rockets and Golden State Warriors, man. It's the NBA playoffs here on YouTube. Stay tuned. More videos are coming from the first round. And until next time, folks, peace out.